Yeah, so at that point in time, you were with BNSF still. You were a project engineer. You had, I guess, grown in from being just a first line supervisor, applying all that stuff. I think at this point in time, you'd even gone back and gotten a master's in construction management somewhere,
Yeah.
which is funny to me because you said engineering. Why do you have to do more school? But then you went back and did more school anyways. Why'd you why'd you go back and do more school?
I mean, this is just how sick and twisted I am, right? Like I'm here, I am, I'm working on the road, I'm in a hotel all the time, and I'm
Yeah,
just a little bored at night. Sure, I do my investing, knowledge learning and looking for
yeah.
deals, but I'm just like, like this was must have been like 5 years into like my career. I'm like, I got some time, I'm not married, I don't got kids, and if they're gonna like, let me read this straight, right? Like if you're gonna pay for my master's and I just gotta stick around for 2 years. Yeah, sure, why not? Right. So I took the online degree for it took me 3 years to do. And okay, I don't want to talk down on people who have online degrees, but in my opinion, it's it's silly. Like I didn't learn, well, I learned some useless things about like permeable asphalt and scaffolding, which wrote a paper on scaffolding.
Nice.
But like the flow was I would read something and I would write a paper. Man, with AI, that would have been so easy. And then I would write some stupid thing on a form with the classroom to for some
Yeah.
interactions. You get graded on that. And then some of the classes you go and do a proctored exam for it. And it was like just a couple classes every quarter throughout the time for 3/4 a year, and there was no interaction with the professor or students. It was crazy. And I think schools like to do this because I think it's just a way of extracting money from people, like employers, like how I had, right, who
Yeah.
would pay for their people. And because it's easy money for them, they don't have to like use any of the facilities. I mean, and scalable, right? I mean, I do this with my investor mastermind program, like the group coaching thing. It's kind of scalable, right? Like when
Yeah.
you use technology in this way. Um, and I'm I'm not a huge fan of academics in colleges these days, obviously, because I'm a entrepreneur, and it is what it is. But um, you know, you I remember I went to like the graduation, and I was like, I don't know anybody here. And then there was like a group of them, and they all like hugging, and like I'm like kind of like felt like the odd guy out because like I never saw any of y'all people.
Yeah.
And but I didn't learn a dang thing that I carried over. I went to the work the next day, nothing changed. I didn't get a
Yeah.
raise. But if I would have stayed in that career path, yeah, sure, I'm sure that would have helped, right? But I don't think it's as necessary in your blue collar type of engineering fields, such as civil engineering, mechanical engineering. I could be wrong, but um, I just thought of a way of just getting extra fringe benefits from the company. And um,
You're a maximizer.
yeah, exactly, right? Like I'm always trying
Yeah.
to find like kind of and mindset wise, like I call that like scarcity mindset. I think it's great, right, when you're under $1 million, $2 million net worth. But for a lot of my clients and myself, like I try and consciously try to open up. And like money is like it flows through your fingertips like Zen in time. And if you don't spend it and you don't convert it into experiences and memories, then what good is it? Money comes and goes. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I would, good book recommendation is Die with Zero, with Bill Perkins. We had him on my podcast. He's a great guy, like
Wow.
very, very intelligent. But that definitely changed my life here recently, trying to not be such a miser and penny pitching, and like, be more abundant, because plus people like to hang out with, abundant mindset people.
Yeah.
But granted, like what I've realized for myself, until I became a credit investor, net worth plus million, plus, like it's kind of like that what they tell you in the airplane. Like unless you can put your own oxygen mask on
Hmm.
first and get the safety, get the financial freedom, then it's hard to kind of work on these, feel the security to kind of open up and, spend the money, right, that you so preciously worked for to this time.
Hmm.
Because, jumping back to the timeline, man, I was working my butt off, right? And like, I didn't have the early 20s where I went to happy hour with my friends because I'm in like Forsyth, freaking Montana, or like,
Yeah.
like in the middle of nowhere. And,
Yeah.
um,
I'm not complaining, nah, I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated, I cannot explain in lameness. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.